Hi guys, and welcome to a new series here on the channel. We're going to be playing Surviving Mars just now. It's a game that's came out probably about, 2 weeks ago or something now. It's something I've not really got my chance to get my teeth into yet, with work and stuff like that, and life. Life takes its toll sometimes. You don't get to play the games you want to, but we're here now, taking a little sidestep from all the Football Manager we've been playing recently. I'm going to give this one a go. So without further ado, let's dive in. Starting a new game, but if I don't do everything perfectly optimised, then of course it is because I've not had a chance to really get my teeth into this yet and see how it properly works. I've played a little bit of it, but not a lot. So let's just jump right in. So mission sponsor, obviously our mission to colonise Mars, goes from International Mars Mission, which is very easy. You get lots of money and stuff like that and lots of benefits, right down to hard with Russia, where you don't get as much money and stuff like that. So I think we don't want to pick something too difficult. China's still considered easy. What do we have? Blue Sun Corporation's easy. Additional rockets are significantly cheaper. Bonus tech, 10 million funding there, 30 million funding if you go for the international. USA gives you 8, you get 10 for them. I think we'll pick Blue Sun Corporation, why not? I don't know which of these are optimised or anything, of course. So Commander Profile also gives us certain benefits for certain things. So an inventor, for example, drones, which are what we use to build, think of them as being like workers in other games. They're gradually optimised to work and construct faster. And we get a bonus tech of autonomous hubs. Drone hubs no longer require power or maintenance, which is quite nice. Drone hubs control where your drones can go, basically. Oligarch fuel production increased by 25%, and we get the bonus tech of arcology, which unlocks a residential spire, which I'm not entirely sure what that is. Hydro engineer, start with a water deposit. Domes consume less water. Domes are where your colonists are going to live. And we get water reclamation, which unlocks a spire, which reduces water consumption. So there's lots of different ones of these. Doctor helps birth rate. Psychologist helps sanity. Politician helps funding and grants and stuff. Futurist breakthrough techs are researched faster, which is pretty good. And we get autonomous sensors. Sensor towers no longer require maintenance. Ecologist, so there's lots of these here. Astrologists start with rare metal deposit. Rocket scientists start with an extra rocket. We get jet propulsion, which gives you the shuttle hub and long range transportation. I think we will go with, what will we go with? Hydro engineer. We'll go with hydro engineer. I'm going to assume water is going to be a pretty valuable deposit. This is just your picture, which you can pick anything. It doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, final countdown. Why not? And this mystery, I really don't know what this means. All of these things, the last war, mankind must put an end to war before war puts an end to mankind. John F. Kennedy. It doesn't really tell you what they're going to do. I'm just going to random it, and we'll see what we get. So let's jump in. Okay, this payload, I'm just going to leave it default. I don't want to mess about with it and end up screwing something up. So we have to pick our landing spot. Obviously these pre-selected ones are somewhat optimised. Shows you here the resources you'll get and the threats you'll have to deal with. Water dust devils contaminate buildings in their area with sand. Contaminating buildings require maintenance. Dust devils contaminate nearby buildings quickly but disappear fast. Dust storm, meteor, cold wave. Do you know what? This is a good site. Let's just go here. We've got metals, concrete, water, not a lot of threats. Let's just take a relatively optimised one for our first playthrough. All goes well, we might do this again more difficult, on a more difficult setting. But let's just jump right in and see what we do with the default setting. Alright, so welcome to Mars, Commander. Mission Control Log 1. Welcome to Mars. Everyone at Mission Control is impatient to see the rocket touching down and unloading its precious cargo. Our remotely controlled eyes and hands on the red planet, the drones and rovers. Our goal is to secure a foothold for humanity by building the first Martian dome. This daunting endeavour will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle on Mars and prove that the colony is sustainable. But until then, we have to make sure the colony has enough construction resources, water, oxygen and power. We're sponsored by the Blue Sun Corporation and our commander profile is Hydro Engineer. So we have to touch the rocket down somewhere, which we'll do in a minute. But we also have these orbital probes which can scan sectors round about us. Obviously the planet is divided up into sectors, which will each have have anomalies and resources and so forth. So we might as well land here. So we'll scout just round about it. So if we press the X button there, it will scan it. So that's scanned because it's used, and you can see our probes went down from 8 to 7. So we just press the X key, it will scan things. Underground metals, nothing there. Underground metals and regular metals there. That one there is metals as well. Metals, lots of water and polymers. And concrete, underground metals and rare metals. So pretty good areas. We'll jump into here. We'll land our rocket. Let's have a look around the area. We don't get to zoom out very far. I would like to, ideally to zoom a little further out than this, but our rocket, we'll just pop a rocket there. It's kind of difficult to determine what's actually ideal. We can also select sectors to scan, so we'll just queue up a couple of these and they will be unveiled to us as we go. How many can we set? We can set 9 apparently, so that's nice. We've done that. Milestone achieved, found water. We need to research some techs, so let's see, what is this? Deep metal extraction we already have researched, which means we can get the things that are underground. If we go, see there's a fairly large tech tree here. What can we research? Soil adaptation, which gives us a farm to produce food, which is it's a large in-dome building, so it goes in the building. It's work efficient and doesn't require any power, so there's not really any point in getting that just now. We don't have any humans, we don't have any domes, so we don't need that. Low G hydrosynthesis, which allows us to build a polymer factory, which produces polymers from water and fuel. Polymers are quite useful to building things as well, but we don't have any water or fuel or anything. We will also be able to build the fuel refinery, which produces fuel from water, but it's a bit far down the line to be worrying about that at the moment for fuel and stuff. Drones and rovers move 25% faster. That's always nice. What's that? Low G drive. Subsurface heating. Subsurface heater increases local temperature in cold areas and protects nearby buildings from cold waves. We don't need that at the moment. And we can get life from Mars. More applicants will start to appear on Earth. So I think the drone thing, first of all, you can queue these up. I think the drone, then the low G hydrosynthesis, and we'll go with that just now. That will be researched. Scan the sectors. We have 3 anomalies here that we can work on. An RC rover can analyse anomalies. It's an anomaly there, one there, and one there. So let's continue on just now. We'll get our rocket landed. We can actually see it touching down if we zoom all the way out there. And this will drop our rovers down, and it also has materials to build the first couple of buildings here. As you can see, just above it we have a concrete deposit, so we can build a machine that will take the concrete out of the earth and help us build other stuff. Camera controls, it's fine. Building construction I know how to do. What is this? It's an RC transport, which can transport resources around. Can make supply routes and stuff from it. These little guys here are our drones, which do the building for us. As you can see, we have polymers, electronics and machine parts also on our rocket. No metals, concrete or food though. Let's pause this. To command a vehicle, you can do stuff with it. Anyway, right, let's just get into this. So right clicking brings up our construction queue here. As you can see down the bottom, we have infrastructure, power, production, life support, etc. Production concrete extractor is what we're going to want to get the concrete extracted, obviously. So we'll place it over there. The white is what it's actually going to extract, so we'll pop it over there. We need some metals to build it. There are metals there. Our drones will just go and pick them up from there. And we also need machine parts, which are on our rocket, so that's fine. It needs power though. So how are we going to power it? Well, again, we're back into construction. We have power down here, as you'll remember. We can build a solar panel, large solar panel, wind turbine. So what we want to look at, we bring a Stirling generator as well, but I think we need prefabs. I don't think we can actually do that just now, can we? No, we can't. Right, so a solar panel will cost us 1 metal, and the maintenance cost, buildings will just break down through wear and tear over time. So the maintenance cost is what it's going to cost us to refresh its health, basically, to put it in simple gaming terms, if you'd like, and it will produce 2 power, or 2 electricity, 2 lecky. So a large solar panel costs 4, so it costs 4 times as much to build, but only costs 1 maintenance, so it's only double the maintenance. So you've got an initial investment of 3 extra metal. But each time you're refreshing it, you're only using a half a metal extra, and you're getting 2.5 times the production of electricity. So you're actually better going for a large solar panel, which is exactly what we will do. And because you need to run cables between the solar panels and the buildings they're going to use, what we're going to do is get it right in there nice and close to our concrete extractor. I'm going to build 2 of them. And I'm also going to put power cables, of course, which we need, running from them to that. So we will have one there, and that should go right into it. How can it not do this? Blocking objects, what's it talking about? There, hopefully it'll do it now. It's a bit weird, the power cables are a little messy if you ask me. And we will also put a power accumulator, obviously a battery essentially. We'll put that there just over at the side a little bit. And we will build a power cable from there over to this guy here, so they'll definitely connect. And now we cross our fingers, we press to hope our drones go and build that for us. So they are doing nothing at the moment. Let's just see if they do something. They're controlled by the rocket. As we click on the rocket, you can see its zone of influence there. The drones can't operate outside of that, so we need to build everything inside that little zone for the moment. This little guy's going for the metal, isn't he? He is going for the metal. So we can speed this up a little bit now. We can see, if we zoom in here, we can see our little drones going for the metal. Bringing the metal over here to build the concrete extractor. We also need 4 metals to build, of course, the solar panel. So he's going to build the solar panel. Or is he? Is he building? He's maybe building the power cable there first, actually. Concrete extractor is 2 out of 2 on machine parts. So they've brought the machine parts over. They've built that cable there next to the battery there, which needs concrete and polymers. So actually we need to extract the concrete first. That's my mistake. I shouldn't have put that down yet, because we don't have the concrete, which is 3 of 6, 4 of 6, 5 of 6. It's about to be ready. About to start constructing. Solar panel's still not ready to go yet. So it's constructing now. Concrete extractor. Boom, there we go. We have a concrete extractor. As you can see, it's popped up that it's not working because it doesn't have any power, but we already know about that. That's fine. Another thing about our solar panels, they don't work at night time. But it's constructing now. Up it goes. There you go. It's got some power, and our concrete extractor is extracting concrete. There you go. A daily production of 12 concrete it will make. It also makes waste rock, which we need to dump. And we will need somewhere to store all this stuff. So how do we do that? It's going to produce concrete. Where's it going to go? So, it's going to go here. Down here we have storages. We can have a universal depot where they will just store anything. Metals, concrete, food, rare metals, polymers, electronics, machine parts, fuel depot, and a dumping site. So we need a dumping site for our waste rock, right? Let's just shove our dumping site over here, as close as we can to that mountain, because we can't really build anything at this little bit here, so we might as well just put our dumping site in there. And we will also need a concrete depot, which we'll just pop right beside that there, so they don't have to take that very far. Let's carry on. Let's see them building everything else now. They should build this other solar panel up. See, our building's not working now because it's night time. That solar panel shut down. So how do we deal with that? It's night time. How do we make power at night? Well, what we can do is go back to power, look at our options. As you can see, we have a wind turbine here. That will work at night time. It needs 4 concrete and 1 machine part. Its maintenance is half a machine part, which is pretty... Yeah, it's pretty hard to come by. Machine parts, as far as I've played into the game, I've had to get them from Earth. So, they can be kind of tricky. What I'll do on these guys, put them over there. I think they can cause an issue on nearby targets and stuff, nearby buildings and things, because they whip around us. I'm not sure, by the way. I'm not 100% certain on this. I'm just playing the game and getting a feel for it as I go. So we'll get a power cable from that running right over to there. That will then connect into the battery, and it should go right through the circuit into the concrete, what's it called? Concrete extractor. So it will go right into that as well. So hopefully the drones will deal with that. It's already got its machine parts. So now we'll go gather some concrete. This little guy's got 1 concrete going to the... Oh, he's building the power accumulator first. Fair enough. So that's another thing. Excess power that we generate throughout the day will go into the power accumulator. It can keep running the concrete extractor at night. Concrete extractor is using 5 power. These guys each produce 10 per hour. So it will store up, you know what I mean? We will get a decent store out of that because the concrete extractor doesn't take much power whatsoever. So it's pretty good thus far. What we might also want to do, we might want to get some more stores here. We want metals. We're using metals. So we might as well put metals over here. We'll create this kind of a little storage area just now. We'll focus our building up here. This guy can go and gather some things and dump them where we want to put them. So for example, those metals, he can go and pick them up. So he'll go load them. He's a bit faster than a drone. I'll go and pick them up. As you can see, he can carry 30 of something. So he'll pick up 30 metal, take them over there, put them in the deposit. He isn't super quick at picking them up, but he can move 30 at a time, of course. So we'll leave him to do that at the moment. How are we getting on here? Well, we have our battery already up and running. It's stored 40 power. We should build, let's look at this little bit of advice here. We should build a sensory tower. Sensory towers significantly boost our scanning speed for nearby sectors, and they give advance warning of disasters, which will be the dust devils and so forth we've seen before. They require electrical power, so we obviously need power to them. So we'll build one of them in a minute. What I want to look at here is the amount, with 45 stored power, and this consumes 5 power. So I think we should be pretty okay running that throughout the night now on the level of stored power we have. And now we have our wind turbine up and running as well. It produces 5 per hour. So this battery will start to swell. It's got 55 stored power there. So we're going well. Oh, our man's finished picking that up. So we can go get him to pick some of them up as well. As I say, we'll just dump it all over there so the drones don't have to keep going back and forward all the time. We'll get that up and running. It's a nice casual game, this, at the moment anyway. As I say, I've not played it further in. I've heard stories of colonists arriving and suffocating to death and things like that. I've heard people say that it goes from a nice casual base building game like it is at the moment to, oh my god, everybody's dead, how did that happen? So we'll just play this, we'll just play it out, see what happens, see how we go if you like. What's our battery at now? Its capacity's 200, it's got 66 stored at the moment, so we really could use something else that drains power. So we could use that. Where's that sensory tower? There it is. Let's just pop it in here. Bang, put it down there. We can set priority on what the drones work on, but I'm not really concerned about that at the minute. So he's picked up 25 things. Do we have any more deposits, metals? Yeah, there's metals over there. You can pick some of them up too. He takes quite a long time, I think. I mean, I think it'd be quite good to give him a buff, because he takes quite a while to pick these things up. But when he does get stored, he can bring them over here and pop them down in our metal deposit. Well, he does now. He has them all stored. He's going over to pop. Is he going to pop metal deposit? Oh, you don't right click. You actually have to click unload resources and then click there. That's right. So he'll now boost over, unload his resources, and the metal deposit will go from 21 to 51. So he does create quite a bit of difference, in fairness to him. I think he's more valuable later on when you start to get multiple domes and you need trade routes between them and things. I think he is important in doing that. So we'll send him over there now. We need water extractors to take advantage of this water deposit, but it's quite far away at the moment from where we're set up on our main power grid. I think we're just going to focus on getting this up and running there now. We've got a concrete extractor going. We're collecting nearby metals and stuff, just setting it up a little bit. But we do need to go down to our water deposit. Our dome is going to be down here somewhere, I suspect. Can we build there, I wonder? Yeah, we can build there, so that's absolutely fine. We're outside of the zone of influence, so we can't actually take advantage of that water at the minute because of where we landed the rocket. Daily production. She only produces 12 concrete a day. That doesn't seem like very much, does it? And there's not a lot of concrete in that concrete store. 285 total, 261 left. We've got our underground metals here. We need colonists though to operate that apparently. Fair enough. And we've scanned another sector. So we've got a little bit of something going here. I think we'll pause this here. I think we'll do this for episode 1. We've just got it started, you know. I'm not going to have these running 45 minutes or anything like that. So just got it started, up and running there. Nice little concrete extractor there with a wee bit of a power grid going beside that. So we're collecting our metals and just getting the basics set up here. We'll look for water probably in the next episode, maybe try and get down there for the water. But listen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Something a bit different from the football manager that we run here on the channel all the time. If you are new on the channel and you're not somebody who watches us regularly for football manager, then, you know, if you want, check out football manager, by the way, here on the channel as well. But mostly I just want to thank everybody who's watching this. If you've enjoyed the episode, please drop down below and leave a like on the video. And I'll see you next time when we're trying to get our water up and running.